Morning students, this is part 2 video subject accountancy chapter ratio analysis chapter 5. Okay, in the first video we saw about what is accounting ratio, advantages and disadvantages of accounting ratio, and then limitation of ratios. Okay, a small recap. So in advantages of accounting ratio, what we have seen: helps to understand efficiency of decision, simplify the complex figure, help in comparative analysis, identification of problem, and then various comparison. Okay, what are the limitation we have seen? So limitation of accounting data, that is historical data, forecasting, variation accounting practices, ignores qualitative or non-monetary aspect. Okay, ignorance in price level changes. Okay, so in this video we are going to see various types of ratios. Okay, the major three type of ratios are statement of profit and loss ratios, balance sheet ratios, and composite ratios. Okay, so statement of profit and loss ratios, it means a ratio of two variables that is taken from profit and loss account. Okay, so for applying in formula we need some amount, right? That amount we have to take from profit and loss statement. Okay, profit and loss account, that is called statement of profit and loss ratios. Okay, and then balance sheet ratios. So balance sheet ratios in the means the variables, that both variables are taken from balance sheet. Okay, for example, ratio of current asset to current liabilities is known as current ratio. Okay, so it is calculated using both figures from balance sheet. We have to take both the amount from balance sheet, that is called balance sheet ratios. Okay, so profit and loss ratio means, so example, statement of profit and loss ratio, for example, ratio of gross profit to revenue from operation. Okay, it's known as gross profit ratio. So for calculating gross profit ratio we have to take the two variables, two numbers from profit and loss account. Okay, so and then composite ratio, that is we have to take two variables, right? One variable from profit and loss account and another one variable from balance sheet. Okay, that is called composite ratio. The variable is taken from both profit and loss ratio and balance sheet. Okay, that is called composite ratio. I will give one example for your better understanding. Ratio of credit revenue from operation to trade receivables. Okay, so is known as a trade receivable turnover ratio. Okay, so to find a trade receivable turnover ratio, we have to take the figures, take the amount from both from profit and loss account and another amount from balance sheet. Do you understand? Okay, so revenue from balance sheet and trade receivables. Trade receivables is an asset. Okay, we have to take that amount from balance sheet. So that is called composite ratio. Again I am telling once again, profit, statement of profit and loss ratio means the two amount we are going to apply in formula, no? So for applying in formula we are going to take the two amount from profit and loss variables. Profit and loss statement is known as statement of profit and loss ratio. If the two variable amount is taken from balance sheet, okay, so that is called balance sheet ratios. And another one, composite ratio, that is the two variable amount is taken from profit and loss account as well as in balance sheet, is called composite ratios. Okay, yes, yes, I have given you the various type of accounting ratio in a chart format: liquidity ratio, profitability ratios, leverage ratios, activity or efficiency ratios. Under liquidity ratio, we have three headings. Okay, current ratio, quick ratios, and cash ratios. Okay, so major part we are covering is current ratio and quick ratio. So profitability ratio, gross profit ratio, operating ratio, new profit ratio. Another then leverage ratio, debt to equity ratio, debt ratio, proprietary ratio, interest coverage ratio. Okay, so under activity or efficiency ratio, working capital turnover, and then inventory turnover, asset turnover, debtor turnover. Okay, shall we see one by one? So in this part 2 video, we are going to cover only this three part: liquidity ratio. It's very easy one. So what is liquidity ratio? So liquidity ratio is prepared to find whether the company has the ability to pay the amount to their stockholders or to their creditors is known as liquidity. Okay, to meet its commitment, business needs fund, liquid fund. Okay, so every investment a single person cannot do. Okay, they have to get some loans and advances from banks. They will get some amount, a lump sum amount through by issuing of shares and debentures. Okay, so if we got a loan from a bank means we have to pay interest to them. If we issue shares means we have to pay dividend to the shareholders. If we issue debentures means we have to pay interest to the debenture holders. Okay, so for analyzing this, whether the company has the ability to pay, do you understand? Ability to pay the amount to creditors is known as liquidity ratio. Okay, to meet its commitment. Do you understand? Yes. Always liquidity ratio calculate to measure the short term solvency of the business. Okay, so it's whether the company has the capacity to pay the interest, not the lump sum amount, not the whole loan amount. You have to understand that. Okay, so that is called short term solvency. So whether the company has the ability to pay the interest for this month, that is short term solvency of the business. Okay, so these are analyzed. How they can analyzed? They can analyzed by looking the amount of current asset and current liabilities in the balance sheet. Okay, is so under liquidity ratio we have three heads. Already we see this: current ratio, asset test ratio or quick ratio, or cash ratio. Okay, yes, first one, current ratio. We see about liquidity ratio. Okay, so now we are going to see current ratio. What is current ratio? Okay, so the current ratios is the proportion of current asset to current liabilities. Okay, so the always current asset ratio should be more than that of current liabilities. Okay, if the liability is more than that of current asset, it is a danger one. Okay, so a ratio of 1 or higher shows as we have enough asset to cover liabilities. Okay, so if the ratio is less than 1, okay, so we don't have enough amount of current asset to meet our obligation, to meet our commitments. Okay, yes, see, current ratio formula: current asset divided by current liabilities. Always current assets should be more than that of current liabilities. Then the company is in safety margin. Okay, If the current asset and current liability is equal, so it may be reasonable, but always we have to maintain the value of current asset, okay, more than that of current liabilities. Yes. What are current asset? Which item can be included? We can include current investment, inventories, trade receivables, okay, cash and cash equivalents, and then prepaid expenses, like that, okay. So for current liabilities, short term borrowings, trade payables, okay, trade payables in the sense bills payable, okay. So and other current liabilities and short term provisions, okay. Do you understand? So always we should have current asset 2, current liabilities must be 1, so 2 is to 1, okay. Then acid test ratio is also called quick ratio, okay. So quick asset are classified as those assets which are quickly convertible into cash, okay. While calculating quick asset, we have to exclude inventories. Keep it in mind, we have to exclude inventories at the end, okay. So don't forget inventories at the end, and other current assets such as prepaid expenses and advance taxes, okay. Because of exclusion of non-liquid current asset, it is considered better than that of current ratio, okay. So it is easy to measure the liquidity position of the business, okay. So quick asset formula, quick asset divided by current liabilities, okay. So quick asset equal to current asset minus inventories, okay. The ratio must be always 1:1, okay. The ratio provides a measure of the capacity of the business to meet its short term obligation without any hurdles, okay. Always it should be 1:1. If it is ratio is too low, is also risky. The ratio is more, okay. So more than that of 1 also, it is too difficult, okay. So the company incurs less profit, indicates the company incurs less profit, okay. So and then cash ratio. So for your knowledge, I have given this cash ratio: cash plus marketable securities divided by current liabilities. Cash in the sense cash in hand and cash at bank. Okay, so marketable securities means shares which is easily converted into cash. Okay, if he want to convert share into cash, he can easily sell that in market, okay, stock exchange, and he can earn money, okay, divided by current liabilities. So current ratio equal to current asset by current liabilities. The ratio must be 2:1, okay. So 1:2, not 2:1. Current quick ratio equal to quick asset divided by current liabilities. The ratio must be 1:1. Cash ratio: cash plus marketable securities divided by current liabilities. The ratio must be directly on 1, okay. Thank you, students. Remaining things we can see later, okay. So already we did sums related to this quick ratio, and then current ratio, liquid ratio, everything we did, okay. So in the next video we can discuss about solvency ratio. Under solvency ratio we have 5 ratios, okay, we can discuss. So do the sum regularly, ma. Daily you have to prepare 5 sums, okay. Thank you, children. See you later. Bye.